Hi girls, thanks for coming to talk to us a little bit about your trip to Honduras. First off, could you tell us who you are, where you're from, what year you are, and whether you're a day student or a boarder?
Hello, I'm Jennifer Migliori. I'm from Saugus, Massachusetts. I'm a junior here at the Academy, and I'm also a boarder.
I'm Bianca Figueroa. I'm from Bronx, New York. I'm a junior, and I'm a boarder as well.
So you girls spent 2 weeks in Honduras. Can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide to sign up for this opportunity?
I really found a passion for Spanish, so I wanted to learn more about the Spanish culture, and I also really wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I've never really traveled that much. I've stayed pretty much in Byfield and the North Shore, so I wanted to get out.
And I signed up for the trip because my parents are Honduran, but I've grown up in American society, so I still didn't really know about like Honduran culture or anything, so I was really interested and I want to learn a little bit more about myself.
Great. And can you tell us where it was that you lived and went to school, a little bit about the place, Zamorano?
We stayed at Zamorano University, which is about 40 minutes outside of the capital, Honduras, Tegucigalpa, and we lived right with the kids in the dorms. We both lived in different dorms.
Tell us a little bit what the school looked like for the students there.
The school was really gorgeous. It was big, and the students were just friendly. They're so open, and it was just really cool just to see how different things were over there from here, and yeah.
Now, unlike the other exchange programs that kids from the Academy went on, you weren't with kids your own age, right? You were with university-age kids.
Yeah, we were at a university, but I feel like in a way it made things easier for us because people felt that they had to help us more. And, I mean, it was a completely different culture, so, I mean, it was nice to have help from the older students, and it was great.
And Zamorano is not a liberal arts college like most of the students from the Academy go to after here. Tell us a little
No, Zamorano University is the only accredited school in the Americas, but it is an agricultural university, and the students learn by doing, aprender, hacerlo, and you get to work in the factories to produce milk, you get to work with the cattle, you get to work with pigs, but a lot of the students take classes too, so not only do they have to work, but they also have to take classes. We just worked because the classes were in Spanish and they were university level. A typical day was we would wake up at roughly 5:30 a.m., head off to breakfast, head to our module, our work, at about 6 o'clock, and every day we had a different module. Our first module was ganado de carne, which was meat and cattle. We also worked in a fruits and vegetables processing plant. We worked with swine, pigs, and we also worked in a milk dairy processing plant.
Bianca, what was your favorite of those modules?
Well, I think my favorite was swine. And at first, I was really worried, but I really liked the baby pigs because they were really cute. But it was really hard to get adjusted to as well. I'd have to say that I learned the most from that module because I would never be exposed to that if I had never gone on this trip. We had to clean the pig pens, and the pigs were huge. And in a maternity ward, we got to cut the pigs' umbilical cords, and we castrated newborns. We learned a lot of things that we would have never been able to do if we hadn't gone on this trip. So,
yeah. What was your favorite module, Jen?
I would have to say probably the fruits and vegetable processing plant, because unlike the other modules, it was a little bit more relaxed, and we got to dance, and I really had a fun time working with everybody there, and I got to make garlic sauce, which was fun. And we got to eat a lot of the marmalades and stuff while we were there, so that was fun.
I understand there were a couple of special trips that didn't involve the curriculum. One was
Yes.
going to the orphanage. Can you
Yes.
talk a little bit about that?
Going to the orphanage was absolutely amazing. Before we headed off to Honduras, we actually held a book drive, and we raised about $1,000 and were able to buy clothes and games for a lot of the orphans there. We just went there and we brought them but games and love, and it was just amazing to have these children just come and hug you and greet you, and they don't even know your names, but it was just, and to see that poverty was just really life-changing.
I understand another trip was that you got to meet your grandmother for the first time?
Yeah, I did.
Talk about what that was like.
It was incredible. When I signed up for this trip, I never thought that was going to be a part of my experience there. And, my family's from La Ceiba, which is 6 or 7 hours away from the school, and my family traveled that whole way just to come meet me, and it was just incredible. When we first met, I just knew that it was family. It's just an incredible feeling. I can't even describe it in words, but it's incredible.
Sounds it.
Yeah.
What do you think, if you had to say the one thing you learned?
I think the one thing I learned, I remember the last day where I was talking with Miss White, our chaperone, and she asked me the exact same question. She goes, "Jen, what did you learn?" And I paused for a moment, and I had a little light bulb go off, and I go, "Miss White, there's a world out there." And I never realized that there was a world out there. I mean, you see it in the news and you see it on the TV, but to actually see it, and to see a world that was also so close. I mean, Honduras was only about a 6-hour flight, but yet it was so poor and so different from where I've grown up and where I've come from, that it was amazing to see the difference in cultures.
How about you, Bianca? What was the thing that you learned that was most?
I think that we get things so easy in America, and just to see how hard people work to make a living in Honduras, and just we aren't grateful enough for the things we have. And I also learned that we have so many opportunities to do whatever we want in the future, just things that we hadn't thought of before. I'm actually considering going to Zamorano for university. I'm still talking to my parents about it, but it's just something that had never occurred to me before. And yeah, I guess that's what I learned.
So going on this trip was quite an experience for both of you, clearly. How do you think it affects the whole school community here? Do you think it has an effect on our community?
I think it does. I think especially just telling, our peers about our trip has really shown them that there are other people out there, and that there are people that work 8 hours a day in a factory. I think it's really opened everybody's eyes to see that there are worlds, and that we as a community here in Govs have to do as much as we can to help out the world. We can donate to the orphanage. We can give maybe those children some clothes and some shoes because it's desperately needed.
Same question, Bianca. How do you think your trip affects the community here?
I agree with Jen. It just opens people's eyes, and I hope that from our we put up some presentations for a convocation about the trip and stuff, and I hope that it makes people realize that this is just a wonderful opportunity, and that they really should take advantage of this stuff, because they won't always get this chance to do something, especially at this age. It's a great time to go out and do something like that.
So if kids asked you whether they should sign up, the answer would be?
Of course, definitely.
100%.